Welcome to the Periwinkle Pomegranate Podcast, from women, for women. We're here to help you thrive, express your creativity, heal through natural wellness, and find peace every day through our faith-based discussions. And now, here is your host.
Good morning, friends. I'm Tiffany Windsor.
And I'm Mary.
Mary, today I want to talk about a topic that you and I have talked about off and on, and really just digest a bit more about when we do our podcast. Some of the conversations in between when we're actually recording are so awesome. I have to figure out how to capture them. So I said, stop. Let's go ahead and turn the recorder on and let's go ahead and talk. We'll see how this flows. One of the things that Mary and I had talked about before, and it really stuck in my mind, is that she loves to journal. And she does that because it helps her to remember. And I said, oh, I don't journal. I love to write, but I don't journal. But it's really stuck with me because we were just talking and I said, what did I just say? What did I say a minute ago? Why do I forget, first of all? Is it because I learned that you can have up to 60,000 thoughts going through your mind in a day? I don't think I have that many, but what is it that helps us to capture and hold on to these truthful words versus me going, what did I just say?
I agree. And I write things down and I still can't remember what I wrote. So you're not alone.
And one of the things you and I agreed upon is when we go to church, we have been taking notes on our phones. And I had the same thought today of, I'm going to bring a journal in. Here I go, calling it a journal. I must have something to do with that's like scary to me. It's like I have to fill it up. So I'm going to bring a notepad in and start writing down. And I believe that's going to help me to remember.
I agree. And I don't like regular notebooks either. I like graph notebooks, the little squares, and then I can draw pictures, and it's a whole experience. But I was just looking up this verse in Deuteronomy 6 through 9. You shall bind them as a sign on your hand and on your forehead. It just is, in my mind, it's the words of God. You'll bind them like everywhere you look. And we had a talk earlier about how we put sticky notes on our refrigerator and on our bathroom mirror. And my journals have become a running history of God showing up in my life. And I just get out last year at this time and the year before at this time. And it's been kind of a dark valley for a few years here. And just to see how He has carried me through in the little things, like we had talked about self-care with the birds, and God provides everything the birds need, their nest, their food for their young, and that has been really powerful to read that in my journals and know it's true.
Here's why I am also grateful for your journals, is I keep asking you to write. Can you write about this topic or that topic, or can you go back in your journal and see something that we haven't even spoken about? And the fact that you have been capturing all of that information that will one day be a book or 2 or 3, or will be ebooks. Because of all of those words, the gifts that you're going to be able to give through this community are going to be unbelievable. And I'm so grateful to you for that.
Thank you. And isn't that the definition of testimony? And you were saying how powerful it was during the 21 days of prayer to hear the testimonies, and that's people's trials and perseverance through it and God showing up. And we need to know that He does that, and we do it through sharing those testimonies, and it's truth.
Definitely want to encourage everyone to go to our website so that they can read Mary's writings. And some of it is just everyday uplifting. Some of it's about times with her pets. And I thank you for capturing all of the moments of your ups and your downs. We were talking earlier about how we've talked about this many times. We talk a lot, don't we?
I like it. It's good.
We talk about how it's so important for women to be speaking with women in community. We all have information that builds into this whole. And so if you can give your perspective, because you've had a different journey, and yet we all come together and meet about the same truth and about God in our lives. My journey is different. Yours is different. Everyone has their own path. And I'm so excited for that, for this community, because that's how we're all going to grow.
I'm looking forward to that part. And we like to talk about how hard it is, or what a challenge it is to find other like-minded warrior women of a certain age who are looking for like-minded community. And it's few and far between, but we're hoping to make it a more common yet beautiful community.
And so we invite everyone who feels like they want to join this community, that they want to learn more, or they want to share. We're here, and we're looking to grow this community. And it's wonderful to start this with Mary from just our conversations. And we know the Lord is telling us this is going to be a big community of women who are going to step up and be able to make really positive changes for themselves and this world.
And I agree. And if I can just give a plug for your writings, you hear the Lord so clearly in a way I don't. I hope to at some point, but to read what you've written is really, I have no words for it. It's life-chinging. So
thank you. And here's the interesting thing about this is that many of these things that I wrote are over 20 years old. And the message is still timely. That amazed me when I went back to look to see what I had in my archives, to be able to bring them back out right now. They are so meaningful. Again, I don't journal because I just hear this voice and I start typing. Typically, the writing goes very quickly because it just flows out. I look forward to capturing more writings and memories and see what this year brings to me to add to that collection.
And we need to hear it because God is speaking through you in your writing. And the thought occurred to me, for a time such as this, it's timely. And we need to hear what you have to say, what God has to say through you to us. So thank you. Keep it up.
And thank you, Mary.
Thank you for joining us for today's podcast. For more information, go to periwinklepomegranate.com. Sign up for our newsletter and social media. We love your feedback. Please leave reviews, comments, and subscribe to this podcast to help us get the word out about Periwinkle Pomegranate. Thank you, and dear friends, have a blessed day.